Hey guys, welcome back to a daily drive. Let's see, we're starting on the right hand side today. We're going to move off and let's see when it's safe to do so. It's been raining all day today, so clear on the left hand side there. Little shoulder check, signaled. There's a car van coming on a peak out here as well, and the van is far away, and if you look in the top mirror here, it's far, and off we go. All right, let's see. So we're going to take the next left turn, because usually is a bit of a tight turn, and get some meeting scenarios, hopefully. Tight corner, so be careful, slow down, be prepared to stop. Look, I'm going very slow, look in my round mirror, and I know I'm clear of the curb if I need to. But I saw the other day, literally last week in Barnet, there was a car coming and the car had to turn in, and the car hit that car as they were turning in. So if it's really tight, stop, let the car go, and then you can carry on. So there's no compulsion to sort of force yourself to take that junction. Okay, just approach slowly, work it out. You don't want to hit the curb, you don't want to hit the car. It's a fine balance. Okay, so now there we go. A few little tight roads, nothing drastic here. Parked cars both sides, taking it calm, 22 miles an hour. The speed doesn't matter. I'm starting to brake now when the car comes. They're pulling in, hazards ahead. Looking around the corner, looking over the top of the cars, over the roofs of the cars as much as I can see. All right, and then a little check behind me so I know what's going on. And then as we're coming to the junction, I can pick up a little bit. I want to slow down as I get to the end of the road. I want to turn right. Now there's people walking, so I want to wait. Remember to give way to cars and pedestrians at the end of these giveways. All right, we're going to start checking. I want to check both sides. He's signaling, and then double check them, and then off we go. Okay, never do a single check. Okay, you have to keep looking. Look how many times I end up looking, because it's just experience. We've been done over so many times, unfortunately. Now we're going to turn right, so we've got clear markings here of where to turn from. Even if they're not, you always use the right lane to turn right. Okay, quite busy area, pedestrianized, so we're just going to wait. Crossroad roads, car in front also is turning right, so they hopefully will position correctly. I'll position behind them, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, it's been I mean, it's half term. It's been a bit busy, but the roads in the morning are nice and quiet, but later on they just seem to get busy. So I think everyone's waking up late. Parents don't have to drop the kids to school, so they got their own time schedules, so they can start doing things a little bit later. So now, green light, bus is going straight, and as we go further ahead, I'm gonna keep my distance from them a bit. I'm gonna also start looking past the cars. There's a couple of bikes. The taxi's done it wrong. They've done it wrong there, so I'm just gonna go a little bit further ahead, and then try and go past the taxi and fit into the gap. There we go. That's a bit awkward. There we go. So that happens sometimes. Now we're gonna peek through, see the van, look at the guy on the scooter, another car, another scooter behind, and then we can get through. That was a tough one. There we go. So now we're gonna go straight ahead. I'm in the middle lane at the moment. The bus is there, he's moved out, so it's not a problem now. I can return back to the left lane when I want to. So I'm gonna do the mirrors and signal, come over smoothly, and then take my time as I go. Hazard there, potential guy walking out, but he stayed. Good. I'm looking at my line now. Look, I'm just about inside the white line, if you see it in the round mirror. Okay, and I'm away from these cars, so this position is not too bad. I could technically come in a little bit more, but apart from that, it's all good. I'm going to take another little turn further ahead, hopefully, because there's some horrible tight roads in this area, and then we'll see if we can get more meeting scenarios. Told you it's busy. Yeah, the bus is now signaling. Notice the bus is signaling. Usually they do that when they want to change the lanes as well. So if they feel that there's a hazard ahead of them, they want to come out. They often do that as well. So some students tell me, oh, why is the bus signaling out? You know, when they're not turning, and I'm like, no, they're actually moving away from their position. and it's a warning for you so that you are aware that they're going to come out towards you. Okay, so right, we're going to take the next left turn, or this one here. Truck driver just sudden stop. There you go. So car coming in, and then there we go. Let me see if it's safe. I'm going to creep in the car. I go slowly. I'm not rushing in to go into that turn when I know that car's there. It's sticking out from the back a bit. So don't rush into your turns. Take your time. Now I'm looking ahead, scanning where the spaces are. If a car does come, I'm looking for reflections. There's a side road there, so I'll keep that in mind. And as I go further, I don't need to look into that. I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it anyways. I'm looking at the blue car. Any reflective lights? Nothing. Looking as far ahead as I can. Next car is no cars coming. Typical today is no car coming. Otherwise it would have been full of meeting scenarios here. Good. Now we're coming up to the end, and good. We're gonna go right to the end. Slow approach, nice and calm, no rush. Check both sides, peeking out, double checking, looking ahead, and off we go. Nice and easy. Okay. And now we're gonna come to a slight sort of meeting scenario. Car coming towards us, and we are gonna wait here, so it's easy. And then we can also go in if we needed. Okay, learner ahead. They are reversing. White lights are on. They're doing their thing. I'm just going to go past them, and that's it. It's all done and sorted. Easy. Right, we're going to come. Hopefully I'm going to take you onto one of these other sort of side roads now, which often is busy, but let's see. All right, crossroad scenarios. Look at the road, looks like it's going straight ahead. You got markings on the ground, giveaway lines here, so don't fly straight across. Dead. The view is pretty blind, so I'm checking both sides nice and calmly, and then we're going straight ahead. All right, car coming. I want them to come out. I'm going to give them space, and off you go. One of my students was doing this today. They were coming up to the car and then turning out. I was like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just do this? Look, why don't you just come up to the vehicle and then just sort of stop at this position? Now look, it's a lot easier to let the cars out. Yeah, so we're gonna come out in a second. They're probably thinking what I was doing. So that car's on another junction, they're coming out, and we just come out calmly like this. So you don't need to sort of get too close to a vehicle. Never get close. I keep mentioning that. I think I said that in one of the other ones. So look, that car's waiting, that means there's a car coming. There you go, see? So often you can tell what cars are doing by what, you can tell what's coming by what cars are doing. So sometimes at zebra crossings, the opposite car is stopped. That means sometimes they've spotted a pedestrian, maybe you haven't. So have a little look, extra look. No meeting situation. This road's always busy normally, but typically when you put the video and camera on, it's not busy. So anyway, coming up to the end now, and then we're gonna go left, and can't see. Gonna roll up slowly in case any pedestrians are coming up. Double check both sides, nice and relaxed, and then off we go. Scan the zebra, person there. I'm gonna check behind as well. There we go. That's nice of them to run across. They don't have to. Lady there. Gonna wait for her. Because I'm stationary already, there's no harm in waiting. Okay. If I was already driving, I don't need to wait when they're waiting on the other side of the split crossing. Okay. And off we go. Student was saying today as well, do we need to check before we move off? It is a very good habit if you just check your mirrors before you move off, just to avoid being caught out by any bicycles and scooters. Watch this car, there we go. Bicycles and scooters, as you're moving off, they might be coming off with you, so just keep that in mind. Good. Junction coming up, be a bit cautious, you don't need to stop, but just don't go flying through it. We're going to come to the end of the road. Okay, you can see it gets a bit busy. I'm easing off my gas pedal, preparing. My foot covers my brake at that moment, just in case anything happens. I can react quicker. So I'm checking both sides. I'm not rushing. There we go. A lot of students, they come out and they don't look properly. So don't come out of that giveaway unless you've checked both sides. I was telling someone this morning where they were waiting. They were waiting at a junction, and then what they did is when they checked on the right, they then came off the brake when there was a chance to go, and then they looked left. I was like, no, you can't come off your brake until you've looked left. It's look first, then come off that brake pedal if it's safe to go. So, you know, those sort of things are really, really important. All right, we're going to encounter a little bit of traffic. I want to avoid that, so we're going to go into this road here. Okay, and you got the pedestrians, so we're gonna make sure we wait for them. That's it, and off we go. I was gonna go down that road, but it's busy. So if I wanted to turn left, look on the ground, double lines. Look up there, no entry sign. Okay, the double lines give it away a lot earlier. Okay, I often spot the signs on the ground before I do see the signs on the actual street, so that's just a bad habit of mine, but you know, it works for me. I'm kind of always looking down a little bit, but never look too close though, by the way. Yeah, so coming up to the end, all right, all the way. Now we're going around this blind bend, coming up to a junction. Now often students are told here, this is part of Hendon, that you know, go straight ahead at all of the junctions. So you've got these junctions, they're quite blind. The biker's a bit worried there, don't blame him. I'm checking both sides, nice and calm, and looking in front. And then as we get further ahead, we've got the biker again, and I'm going to stay back from him. He's checking well. I'm going to approach slowly. It is a blind junctions. You literally are coming to a stop, but I can crawl through and creep through, no problem at all. But this junction, you have to stop. Okay, compulsory stop. So a little tip, don't look first. Come to the end and stop first. 1, 2, and then we're going to see and creep out now. Now there's a biker coming. I don't know if you guys saw it. See the reflections in the cars? There you go. Okay, that car's coming out. This biker's there, he's waiting for someone. There we go. You can tell his position, he was waiting for someone. I can't see, so I'm going to creep out. I'm going to look through, I'm double checking, and off we go. That was a really sort of tough junction, if that makes sense. So you know, you can't really see much, so we're going to go all the way to the end, and then we're going to come to this junction here, and I'm going to check both sides, lean forwards if you need to, and then off we go. All right, bikers ahead, hazards galore. Here we go. Good. All right, they're out of the way, and then off we go. Not really meeting scenario here because I don't really need to move over too much. Pretty straightforward here. I'm going to take the next right turn, so I'm going to wait for that vehicle there. Oh, there's the biker again. There you go. There you go. All right, and then we're coming up to this junction. Can't see anything. As soon as I can't see anything, I'm looking to almost stop. I'm creeping out, I'm checking both sides, looking over the wall, looking past, and off we go. Simple. All right, so again, look at the scenario. Can't see on the sides. If you cannot see on the sides, it's classed as a blind junction, okay, or a closed junction, I should say. And then we come up, and now things are opening up, and there we go, off you go. So now we're going up to the end of the road, and again I'm going to turn left, but we can't see. Look, literally it's like you got blinkers on your eyes. If you know what blinkers are, they're what they used to put on horses for horse riding. Okay, and we're going to come up this road. Right, no one's coming at the moment, which is annoying, but you know, as I come up this road, I'm looking all the way. I'm looking for spots as well where if a car comes, maybe I could wait here, they can go in here. Maybe I could wait here. It's a bit tight there. So now look, there's a car coming, and there's a gap where the white van is. So I'm going to try and get there calmly, no rush. Hopefully they'll go in. If not, I could have gone there. There we go. And then I'm just going to say thank you. There we go. Perfect. So you got to keep looking out, keep scouring for those opportunities. Right, coming up to the end of the road, I'm going to go left again here, and I want to see if it's safe. Leaning out, and off we go. Zebra crossing again, same one. All right, people on the left hand side. Okay, scan the zebra, both sides. She's into the middle. I can now go, no problem at all. Alright, check my mirrors, no bicycles near me, and off we go. A few junctions here. Sign there telling us that the road is narrowing down. Okay, so when that car is coming, if they were closer to the van, it will be tighter, so bear that in mind. Okay, look how it gets a bit tighter here now as well. Good, so speed is reduced. Okay, there's the biker again. There we go. That's a different one, I think. But anyways, sign there telling us there's a crossroad. Okay, so be mindful, and then end of the road, then we want to turn right. So we're going to go right, markings on the ground, give way sign, come up slowly, don't go over, look early, car's coming, he's a bit far, I'm going to take that. There we go. Then you have to judge their distance, their speed. Okay, this guy's reversing out. You could press the horn if you want to as well, just to warn them, but that's sometimes a bit much to do unless you've got experience. Okay, you are allowed to use your horn if you are using it correctly for warning someone. You can't use it to show or vent your anger. Okay, so coming around the bend, the reflections in the parked cars, something coming. There we go, van, nice and big. I've got time to wait. If they wait for me, great. If not, no problem, I've waited anyway. And then off we go. Nice big gap, look at the size of those gaps. Okay, coming up to the end of the road, and that Mercedes BMW just moved off, and we're gonna go left. That's it. So hopefully that's helped you guys. That's a little bit on the sort of side roads, blind junctions, and yeah, and the stop sign as well. So yeah, hopefully it helps you. So I shall see you guys on the next daily drive. Take care, bye. Stop recording.